Hello everyone, I'm Lola from afropotluck.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Nigerian goat meat pepper soup. This soup is a very light and healthy soup. It's actually very spicy and that is the way we like it. And it's enjoyed not just in Nigeria alone, but also in most parts of West Africa. You may actually find a slight variation to this recipe depending on the region where you come from or your personal taste. So let's get started with a list of ingredients used in this recipe. I'm going to be using 1 stock cube, about 3 cloves of garlic, 2 habanero peppers, which is very hot and spicy. Of course, I'm going to be using the pepper soup spice, some crayfish, a little bit of ginger powder. Then I'm going to be using some chopped uziza leaves. If you don't have that, you can use bitter leaves or scent leaves. Some red chili flakes, salt to taste, half of a big bulb of onion. If you have a medium size or a small size onion, that is going to work perfectly. And of course, our main ingredient of the day is the goat meat. And here I've got my goat meat cut into bite sizes. I like it this way so it can easily be eaten with a spoon. If you want it in a bigger size, feel free to do that. So right now, I'm just going to be pouring the goat meat inside my pot. And this goat meat has been pre-washed thoroughly. So to that, I'm going to be adding some salt to taste, 1 stock cube. And I'm also going to be grating in some onion using the smaller size of the grater. If you don't want to go through the stress of grating in the onions, just blend everything together. It works as well. And the reason for this is because you want to feel the taste of the onion, but you don't want to see the chunks in your pepper soup. So you want it as fine as possible. So now I'm just going to be reserving the other half of the onion for later use. I'll also be grating in the 3 cloves of garlic as well. And please be mindful of your fingers while using the grater, otherwise just go for the blender once and for all. At this point, I'm going to be putting in the 2 habanero peppers, and as you can see, I removed the seeds in the peppers just to reduce the heat. If you want it a little less hot, you can just use 1. Finally, I'm going to be adding 4 cups of water to this goat meat. Then I'll stir everything together. Now cover this up and leave it to cook for about 30 to 35 minutes. So this goat's meat has been cooking for about 35 minutes now under a medium to high heat. And at this point, I'm just going to be adding the crayfish, the pepper soup spice, some red chili flakes, a little bit of ginger powder, and the remaining parts of the leftover onion, which I've already grated in a bowl. So mix this together thoroughly once again. Then at this point, I'm just going to give it a taste to be sure if there's a need to adjust any of the ingredients. So at this point, I think I'm okay with how it tastes. I'm just going to cover it up once again, and I'm going to leave it to cook for about 10 more minutes so that all these ingredients can be well blended together. So it's been 10 minutes now, and the last thing I'm going to add to this is my uziza leaves, and as I said earlier, you can use scent leaves or bitter leaves. Now mix this together once again, cover it up and leave it to simmer for about 5 minutes under a low heat. This soup can actually be served just the way it is. Personally, I like using my spoon and digging through it the way it is, but it also pairs very well with white rice, bread, and a whole lot of other meals. And that is it again for today. Thank you all for joining me. The full ingredients for today's recipe can be found on my blog at afropotluck.com. Until next time, I'll talk to you shortly. Enjoy.